Panthers, Falcons. Now, before I learned that Rivera had been canned, I was moving towards Carolina. Atlanta opening up at -2, now -3s across the board. This total opened at 48. It's a 47 at Pinnacle, 47.5 at 5 Dimes, Heritage, Bovada, Intertops, UH, Bet 365, 48 at Bookmaker and Bet Online. The Panthers are a tricky cap. So let me say that I was leaning towards the Panthers, but I just, year in and year out, I find them very difficult. I never seem to know who's going to show up for this team. The issue is McCaffrey. Yeah, he slowed down a little bit, but the Falcons defense, doesn't have an answer for McCaffrey. The Falcons are exactly who we thought they were. When they beat the Saints showed up cocky. The Falcons are done. It's hard to put in the same amount of effort when you know your season is over. And now we have the Panthers playing after Rivera gets canned. Donnie right side, take it away, Panthers, Falcons.
Yeah, where's the mindset going to be for the Carolina Panthers after firing their head coach? So one thing that's kind of interesting here is you do get a little bit of a breather when the head football coach goes away because the offensive coordinator wants to impress. Guys want to show that to management they really mean business and try to hunker down. Well, why weren't they doing it under Ron Rivera? The other interesting thing also is like the analytical edge that you used to look at Carolina where Ron Rivera just went for everything under the sun. 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Doesn't matter where they're out on the field, going for 2-point conversions. I wonder if that is going to continue. But it's the Atlanta Falcons. Don't we know what they're about at this point? Didn't the pumpkin, or the slipper break at midnight? And if the Atlanta Falcons are laying points, I don't really want anything to do with them. I think Carolina will still give an honest effort, even though their head football coach got fired in a terrible, terrible loss last week. But also what we saw from the Redskins is sort of a pathway to banging down the door on the Carolina Panthers is run the football and expose them. That's not what Atlanta does. They're not a physical offensive line. Devontae Freeman hasn't shown much light of anything this year, and the way their pathway is through throwing the football. And who knows what we even get Julio Jones, even if Julio Jones even comes back this week. Carolina Panthers getting points, I'm interested. Atlanta Falcons laying points, I'm not interested.
Yeah, well put. Jimmy Rummy says, I don't care. I got the Falcons -2 at -106. You beat the line move. Barsha Tommy says the Falcons will get the job done. Robbie Tagaloa, Carolina first half worth a shot. Robert Weimer says like the over here more than the side. DeAndre Polk says Kyle Allen stinks. Fade him. Jim Kank says never bet the Falcons with Matt Ryan. Nico says bounce back spot for the Panthers. Falcons are banged up. Dennis Garcia says bet the team that fired the coach angle. Haven't talked myself into it yet, but I will. Jeff Billings liking the Panthers first half and full game. Whale Capper, Panthers, Falcons.
Easiest game of the week to cross off, guys. We got a full slate. There's a lot of other games. Good luck figuring out any motivations between either of these two teams. I don't think that there is a fired the coach, motivational angle that gets the Panthers fired up to compete. Their season is over. And realistically, if I'm, looking at my organization as a Panthers owner, I'm telling my coaches, put Christian McCaffrey on ice. Do not continue to run him into the ground. Do not risk him getting, like a debilitating injury that would affect his performance in 2020. And if I'm the Atlanta Falcons owner, do not put Julio Jones out there. Any of my guys that are dinged that we're going to count on for next year to compete, you're going to have a window next year. Drew Brees is in decline. Saints are kind of, losing some important pieces here. You have absolutely got to be thinking about 2020. This game is meaningless to both of these teams. And if I'm giving them advice from a, kind of a long-term strategic standpoint, don't risk injury to your franchise players in this one, guys.
It's a great point. It's a very, very, very good point. Why bother putting your everything in danger? Okay, there's the Panthers, Falcons. Maybe I should. Whale Capper, what do you think of the old adage? Back a team after their coach is fired.
Yeah, I think in years past, there was probably some motivational edge to be had in it, but I mean, we've saw this game play out not too long ago, and I was in that moment. I was thinking, the Panthers still have some life. And, the Falcons just played their Super Bowl and beat the Saints. Now they're going to have a motivational letdown. The market completely moved against me. That number got steamed from 6 to 3, I think. And the Falcons won convincingly. Their defense is playing a hell of a lot better since they made them switch to, from what's Dan Quinn would from being the defensive coordinator to just being the head coach. They've done a hell of a lot better defensively, and they can do a decent job of playing defense against teams that can only kind of complete the short intermediate passing game, which is what Kyle Allen is right now as a quarterback. So I don't think that the Panthers really have some magical set of attack weapons here to get revenge after their loss, or to avenge their fired coach, or to right the ship here. I think they are going down, and I don't have any reason to think that there's a betting angle to be had.
Interesting. Very, very interesting spot. Donnie Rightside, what do you think about that old adage to back a team after their coach is fired?
Yeah, it's a lot different in certain instances. Maybe in college where you can rally it around, but these guys are professionals, man. If you give them true serum here, whether their coach goes or not, as long as their paycheck cashes, that's really all they care about. I think it's negligible. I don't think it matters that much here.
Interesting stuff. All right.